Hello guys, so this is your trainer Anirudh Chiller. Today we'll be talking about our lab again that we made in EVNG. It's a Fortinet lab and specifically we will be using some topics involving NSE4 only. The platform for all the firewalls that are there in the lab are having 7.x. So the lab on which we are going to do the configuration today are majorly 709 only. Those are FGT 1, 2, and 3. Then we have some router, Cisco router R9 and R11 I'm going to show you in our lab. And we are going to put some configuration, specifically router RIP. So before moving to the lab, let me show you where exactly we are going to put and what. So this is the first firewall. Yeah, this is the first firewall. This is the second one. And this is the third one on which we are going to configure the RIP. And then these two routers are 11 and R9. We will be seeing that if there's all the policies in place, if there is any static route required, although it's not, because we already put some policies in our earlier videos, so nothing is required, everything is allowed from in to out. So we'll be doing a simple routing configuration on these. We are going to advertise some specific routes, or you can say specific subnets which is required. So let's say take example of FGT1. For FGT1, we are going to advertise 10, 10, 10, 0/24 in RIP, and we are not going to check about this specific port 3. We are just going to enable the RIP for port 2. Why not port 3? Because it's going towards the internet and it's a public IP, so we are not going to touch that. Same for FGT2. We will be advertising these three: 10, 10, 10, 0/24 and 10, 0, 2, 0/24. My bad, yeah, only two networks. And same with the FGT3 10.0.30/24 and 10.10.10. All three 10.10.10 will be either you are advertising them, but it will be showing a connected because static will be preferred over the RIP. As you know, I'm sure you know, the AD value for the static is greater than AD value of RIP. And I hope you know about the RIP. RIP is, let me give you just a basic brief. When we say dynamic routing, is divided into two parts, IGP, EGP. And IGP is further divided into RIP, OSPF, EIGRP, and ISIS. Since EIGRP is a Cisco proprietary and we are going to use the Fortinet, so we are not going to talk about this one in our lab in this whole tutorial. And ISIS is not a part of NSE4, so we are not going to talk about this one as well. So when we talk about the IGP, we'll be checking about the RIP and the OSPF. And we talk about the eBGP, we'll be talking about BGP. That's the Border Gateway Protocol. OSPF is Open Shortest Path First, and RIP is Routing Information Protocol. So today we'll be going for the RIP, and version 2 we'll be talking, and we'll be using no auto summary. No auto summary. Why? Because we have to, by default, version 2 is class. Why we using the version 2? Because it's allow the classless scenarios. Like if you're talking about the version 1, that will be using the classful scenarios, whatever class the subnet is in, that you have to put the specific one. So that's why we're using the version 2 because it's a classless. So let's go to our lab and do some specific routing for this RIP. Okay, everything is enabled. I just started that. So this is our lab. Let me give you firewall 1 having the management IP 192.168.1.50, 2 is having .51 and 3.52. So let's go to the firewall first one and just enter username password that you made earlier videos. Okay, we can do it one by one. Okay, in the dashboard, just click on the dashboard, just cross check what kind of network we are having. Okay, if you're seeing, we have some static route. One route is towards the management. No, the management, sorry, default static route is towards the internet. Then we have one static route. That's a different thing towards the firewall fall, so you can leave it for now. And we have three connected routes. These are basically three ports. When you say connected route, these are three ports. Okay, so okay, let me log in the other ones as well. So you can have a summary or basic idea about the routes we are having right now. So we don't have any confusion before creating the RIP. Okay, so just go to the network. Here, three are the connected ports and one is default route for the internet for FG2. Like for FG2 is here, this network, and the lower one. Three networks are connected, and there is one static route for the internet. Same with the when we talk about the firewall one network is here, one is here, and one for the management. Three are the connected. There's the one default route for the internet, and there's a one default route that's for a different scenario. And we have talked about that one in our earlier videos, so I'm not going there. So let's go to the FTT3 and cross check what kind of route we are having. We should be having four routes, I think. Yeah, four routes. Three connected, one default for internet. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the firewall one. So to make the routing RIP configuration or the RIP configuration, you have to click on the network, select RIP. By default, if you're seeing this screen, that means this version is selected. So version 2 is selected by default. Go in IP network. So which subnet you have to advertise here? Fortinet 1. Okay, for Fortinet 1, I have to advertise 10.10.10/24. So let's do it. 10.10.10/24. Yeah. So next thing, if you want to involve any interfaces, that's up to you. You want to put any interfaces, any version, any passive interfaces, or you want to put any authentication. That depends like what kind of configuration, what kind of requirement you have. And there's the advanced option as well, which will be asking for you if you want to put any metric values again on you, and this update timeout and garbage times. One more thing, you should be careful about this time. If you're changing the time on one of the device, then make sure to change it on the other device if you want to make a RIP negotiation between them. Else it won't work because whole time will should be same while making the configuration. And the last part is about the distribution. Like you want to distribute connected routes or static OSP or BGP. That's again on the requirement. For now, we don't need that. So just one, we put just one subnet /24.1 and just click on apply here. Okay, this part is done for the RIP. I don't think it's going to make any difference for now because this is a directly connected route, so it shows that directly connected only this 10.10.10. Yeah. So if you're seeing this, it's a directly connected, so not going to make any difference. Let's go to the firewall 2 again. Go to the networks, part of RIP. So on firewall 2, what we have to advertise, this is the firewall 2, we are going to advertise 10.10.10 and 10.0.20. So let's advertise them. Okay, 10.10.10. I think I used a comma instead of, okay, I'm sorry, my mouse was there, so that's why I got confused. And if you want to advertise another one, just click on plus and enter here 10.0.20/24. So we are not going to check the rest of the parts like authentication, just leave it for now. Click on apply, and version 2 is selected, so that's fine. Apply, settings saved. Go to the FTT3. Four routes are there already, three connected, one default. Network, RIP. Let's check which one we have to advertise. Okay, so 10.0, okay, here it is 10.0.30 and 10.10.10. Let's go there. 10.0.30/24. Click on plus 10, okay, 10.10.10/24. Okay, settings saved. Okay, for this one, what we are going to do, well, let me clear. No, it's okay, we have space. So on R9 and R10 router, we are rare. Let's talk about the R1 first. We are going to make the configuration about the RIP, like the router RIP, and in that we are going to advertise the first network is 10.0.20/24. Then secondly, we are going to create two loopbacks. First one will be 172. 16.1.1. So for that network should be like this. Then we are going to create, let's say, one loopback, again loopback 10, that is loopback 0. It can be something like that, 10, 16, 11.0/24. So that we are going to create on R9 and going to advertise them in the RIP. So let's check. Go to the router 9. I'm not sure if I have configured that earlier. I have to cross check because I have done some configuration in my previous video. If that has been saved, I don't know. Let's check it. Wait here. Yeah. Okay, it's up. Show IP interface. Let's check the. Okay, so we have two loopbacks. Loopback 0 is having IP 172.16.11. Loopback 10 is having IP 176.16.11.1. And this Ethernet 0 by 0 is already configured 10.0.2.9. Let's check if any RIP configuration has been made or not. No, no RIP is there. So let's do configure deep router all, yeah, router RIP network 10.0.20. I think that would work. Yeah, no mask is required. Network 172.16.1.0 11.0. Here you can say that instead of making them separately 172.16.10 and 172.16.11.0, you can say that 172.16.0.0. So it can be a slash 16 network. Enable no auto summary. Make sure it's a version 2. Exit. Do show section router RIP. Okay. Do show IP protocol. Okay. It's a typo. IP protocol. Okay, so RIP is there if you're seeing here. Okay, oh, sorry, the second one. Yeah, the RIP is enabled and these two network are advertised. That's the same one I'm saying. That's 772.16.00/16. So it is taking them by default a summary. And one more thing, we have to provide a static route if it's not there. So whatever traffic we have from R9 that can move to the port 2. Let me show you in the diagram where exactly I'm saying that. Let's choose another color. Okay. From here, I'm going to provide a static route which will be pointing to this port 2 IP. It will be default static like that 0, 0, 0, 0 with the wildcard mask you can say, and the exit interface will be port 2 or the port 2 IP that is 10.0.2. It's a Fortinet one, so it would be 51. Yeah. So let's check if we have a static route or not. If we have, that's fine. If not, we are going to provide do show IP route. Okay, we have it. So that part is fine. Exit, write the configuration. Configuration is saved. Let's go to the firewall one for the reference. We should have seen some routes or the new routes that is coming from the RIP as we have configured on FTT 123 and router 9. Meanwhile, let me log in this one as well. Okay, it's already there. So let's go to the Fortinet one. Okay, we are having 9 routers you're seeing right now. Okay, so we are receiving 10.02, 10.03 from the RIP, 172.16, 172.16.11. These are the loopbacks and these are the main networks. So I think which one is not there? R11, let's check R11. I think nothing is configured or we have to configure. Let's go there. Okay, no, we don't want to put an initial configuration. Let's keep it blank. Okay, it's up. Go to the configuration mode. First change the host name. R11. Do show IP interface brief if any interface is not configured. So we have to configure everything from the start. IP address 10.03.11 slash 24. Do no shit, and then create a loopback 0 IP address 172.16.2.1 slash 24 is it? And oh, although it's not required, just out of habit, I'm putting it. Interface loopback. Let's say which one we have taken. Let's use the same kind of loopback. Show IP interface brief loopback 10. So yeah, let's take loopback 10. IP address 172.16.21.1 and again slash 24. Nashat exit. Now check. Before that, you can check if routing is enabled or not, or it won't be because yeah. So RIP is not enabled right now. So do router RIP. Check the version 2, no auto summary, and advertise the network. So that would be 10.0.3.0. Yep, that's the first one. The second one would be 172.16.2.0. The third one will be 21.0. Version 2 auto summary. Yeah, I think everything is okay. Now, okay. Show IP route. Show IP route. Check in the routing table, or we have the routes in the routing. Let's go on the firewall 1 and refresh it if you're seeing additional routes. Hmm, 21 is there, 20. Okay, we are receiving everything. Yeah. 1 to 11.21 is there. 10, 2 or 3, they are coming from the RIP. Come here on the FGT2. Go to the network. Oh, no network. Go to the dashboard. Click on the network. Let's check you are receiving everything. So 172, all four loopbacks are receiving from this. 10.3 is the network from the FGT side. 3 rest is connected, so that's fine. We are receiving everything. For FGT3, let's click on the network again. We should be seeing 9 routes. Yeah, 9 are there. Check the loopbacks. 1 to 11.21. Okay, all loopbacks are there. 10.2 should be there. Yeah. FGT2 network. 3 is connected. 10 is connected for it. And 192 is connected and default route. Yeah. We have all the routes. So basically, if I show you on the diagram, let's clear these things out. What we are seeing, I'll be talking about the fun firewall. Rest is understood, I think. Okay. So when we're talking about the FGT1, the RIP, in the RIP, or you can say what we'll be receiving, we'll be receiving 10.0.20, 10.0.30, 172.16, 1.0, 172.16, 11.0, 172.16, 2.0, 172.16, 21.0. So these two are for loopbacks, and this is FGT2 internal network, and this is FGT3 internal network. So our RIP is working fine. So that is all from the RIP configuration. So I hope you learned something new today. And if you like my video, please subscribe my channel. That's at the rate ARC underscore tutorial. and I'll be coming with more videos about the dynamic routing like the OSPF and BGP in the coming days. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Thank you.